Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a get ready with me and it's my senior year, and a lot of you have been asking me about my everyday routine, so here it is. I usually like to wake up really early, like around 5 to 6, and make breakfast for me and my siblings whenever I can, and after that I eat while I do my makeup. So let's begin. I have something to tell you. Look at my skin. I've been really trying to get good skin lately and it's been working. So not a lot of people ask me about my hair, and I mean, why would anyone? But like, I wear extensions, I have short hair. I cut it off in the beginning of 2020. I was going through a phase, I guess you could say. In this video, I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about how I'm doing and what I'm thinking of right now. So I'm not going to really explain very much of what I'm doing in my makeup, but if any of you are interested in any of the products or the steps that I'm doing, I will put it down in the description box down below. If you would like me to go more in depth, I can write a small paragraph if you guys really want me to, and just comment down below and I will do it. So now that it's my senior year, I've been really kind of bummed about doing things. It's hard to do anything anymore, especially hang out with friends. I was supposed to get my driver's license this year, and it's kind of a letdown that I can't do that anymore, especially since it was something I was so excited about. I hope each and every single one of you is still wearing a mask when you go out. I advise you to wear a mask, please, and thank you. I usually like to pluck my eyebrows in the morning. I have no idea why. I always pluck my eyebrows. Even though they're twigs, I still like to pluck my eyebrows. I don't know if that's just me. I need to know if any of you have gone through an eyebrow phase. You know what? I'm pretty sure everyone has gone through an eyebrow phase. But my eyebrows, my eyebrows are like so weird. They look different all the time, and that's kind of my fault because I'm always plucking them and shaving them and rearranging them, letting them grow out. And I remember I used to have super bushy eyebrows and I couldn't do anything about them, and that made me so mad. But nowadays I've been really happy with my eyebrows. I like the thin look with no arch, I guess you could say. I love using brushes for my foundation. Someone had asked me in my DMs like, why do you use brushes? And I have to say, like, so much more quicker and easier for me. I just blend the heck out of that thing and it's all fine. When I first started using foundation, like an actual use of foundation, I remember it was like around my sophomore year, and I wanted to do something special at the time for Valentine's, and I wore a full face of makeup, and I will admit that I wasn't that well with makeup at the time, but, well, especially foundation. But I remember I was meeting someone that day. I remember I was meeting someone that day and I was super excited to like them to compliment me, and all they said was, "That's a lot of makeup." And I remember my heart being so broken, but you know what? They're out of my life and I'm doing so much more better now, and you know what? I look like a piece of cake. So, you know, I'm really trying. When I was recording this, I was kind of having a lot of hard time doing things because I still kind of feel awkward around the camera, but I'm kind of getting used to it already, and I think it looks super cute. You guys, please tell me if someone else is like this, but my favorite part of makeup, my absolute favorite part of makeup is highlight. Highlight is my absolute to die for in makeup, and I love to have like a natural type of glow and shimmer to my face. I think it's so pretty when you go into the sun and you just see the high parts of your cheekbones shimmer, and that's one of my favorite parts of my makeup routine. So now we're going to be moving on to my palette, and you guys, look at this palette. There's a story behind it, so story time. Okay, so when I was in high school, I was in color guard. If you don't know what color guard is, basically it's when there are dancers on the field where they compete competitively in competitions with one another in their own category. Now, I wasn't the best. I was on flag line. You know, sometimes people say guard members in flag aren't the best, and you know what, I kind of agree. But anyways, so I was going to a marching band competition in high school, and I packed my bags for the trip, and we went on this long bus ride because it was somewhere, I think, about 2 hours out of town. And since it was night, I could not see anything at all, and in our guard bags we had to pack extra makeup, extra everything, anything you could think of, and all I could hear was, and I already knew it was my palette, and it was my palette, and it was shattered all over the place. goodness, you guys, I have to tell you something. When I was a sophomore in high school, everything happens to me in my sophomore year. When I was a sophomore in high school, I had Soft Glam palette. Now, if around this time, I wouldn't say it was that popular anymore. I think it had already came out, but I had bought this palette, and I would take it to school. That's my fault. I would like to say that this story is kind of my fault, but anyways, moving on. I brought my palette to school, and I would use it every single morning before school starts because I would carpool with someone else, and they would take us to school. And I remember doing my makeup one day, and I was sitting in the cafeteria because in the morning we would all wait in the cafeteria or either the courtyard. And I remember I went to get up to go get breakfast, and when I came back, my palette was there. I remember my palette was there. I don't remember putting it away. I honestly don't, but I assumed that I had put it inside of my backpack because I'm kind of paranoid of people actually stealing my makeup. As the day went by, I was walking down the hallway and I went to my class. I went to reach for something in my backpack and I saw that my backpack was open, and I just froze because I always put my makeup inside of my backpack in a certain way, because if you own an Anastasia palette, you know that the outside layer of the palette is sort of like velvet, so I didn't want it to get dirty, so that's why I always kept it in the front. But for school we had to have mesh backpacks. It was something that we had to do, and I'm assuming that someone grabbed my palette and took it out of my backpack when I wasn't looking or paying attention. I never saw that palette again. That palette was my absolute favorite palette in the entire world. It was my go-to palette. It had all the colors that I needed. It had everything that I would use, and I can never get it back. Recently, I've been kind of into like K-beauty makeup. I mean, I've always had an interest in K-beauty, but more so than usual. I like the natural look nowadays. I don't know what is going on with me, but you know, I'm starting to like more of a soft glam type of look. I really love a snatched nose, so I always put on a lot of contour. I don't know why. I think my nose is fat. So when I was younger, I would do a lot of stuff. I would do drawing. I kind of explained this in my last video in my Q&A, but I'm gonna explain it again. So I would draw a lot, and I first really wanted to do a drawing channel. I wanted to be like an animator or something like that, but then, you know, I wasn't that confident in my art, and I kind of shied away from that, but I know I can still draw a nice eye. I would usually like realism. That was something that inspired me to draw a lot. I would constantly look at other people and try to draw different features because I thought it was really pretty on how everyone has their own, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but I like how everyone has their own unique type of imperfections on their face. Like, let it be like a little freckle on your side cheek, or you would have an eyebrow that's much more prominent than the other because it's more thicker or it has more feather to it, if that makes sense. I always liked realism and finding the beauty inside of everyone. Oh my gosh, this sounds so cheesy. That sounds so cheesy, you guys, I'm sorry. But anyways, when I was doing this, I forgot to put on my mascara before my lashes, and you can see my face when I do this. I freaked out because I forgot to do it, and so I luckily remembered and I put them back on. But these lashes took me forever to put on. I'm not even joking. I don't know why, but recently I have been having such a struggle with lashes, even though I love them. Oh, and I recently bought a new pack of lashes from Amazon, so I'm really happy about that because I do love them. Like, look at me, I'm so happy. Okay, so now that this video is almost coming to an end, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you that has subscribed to me recently. It means so much to me, and I can't thank you enough. And I would like to just tell you guys, please follow my social medias, but before you do that, if you can check the link down below in my description box and take the time to look at how you can help in certain situations, that would be so kind of you, and thank you. So here's the final look.